Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you again for joining us to another video. We are happy that you are our #1 fan. This is Jao Travel Media. Today we are happy to bring you another exciting video. It's that time that people apply for green card, and we thought that we bring you enlightening information regarding the same, so that at least you can be able to understand how to go about the process. Karibu and work with us as you learn on how this full exercise is supposed to be done. It's happening from today, 5th of October, all throughout the month up to about November. So join us as we give you information. We are going to do a little bit of screenshots on credible information regarding the same. Thank you guys for keeping it locked to Jao Travel Media. You're still here. We want to embark on showing you exactly how the DV 2024 Diversity Lottery is actually carried out. I'm going to take you through these instructions as I give you informative details. We are not actually, contracted by the government of United States to give this information, but generally we are giving a general overview of what is required for this particular exercise. You realize from last 2023 Diversity Lottery visas, it was a requirement from the state government that people with passports were required to do the entry. For this particular one, things have changed because generally it's more so like what was happening before, and you are able to make an application with or without a passport. So it's an open thing, and something that is really encouraging, that everybody has an equal chance to make an application. Although from the instructions that I give, I'm going to take you through here, you are going to realize that there are specific instructions that are required by the state government that you are eligible to make these kind of applications. So let's continue, and as I take you through, I'll generally understand, or I'll expect that probably this information that is going to be of great use to you when making this particular application. Karibu and keep it locked to Jao Travel Media. Tunashukuru sana. Asante. We are sharing information regarding how to go about the instruction for the 2024 Diversity Immigrant Visa Program. We have information from the U.S. Department of State. The website is travel.state.gov. Remember that Jao Travel Media is neither contracted or making promotions for anyone, or from the U.S. Department of State. For this particular video, we are generally giving an insight or an overview of what may be required for people who require to migrate, or those people who require to get a green card or a diversity immigrant visa 2024. So we'll start with the program overview. You must learn that the Department of State annually administers the statutorily created diversity immigrant visa under Section 203C of the Immigration and National Act, which provides that for a class of immigrant known as diversity immigrant visas, from countries with historically low rates of immigration to the United States. From our videos, you realize that you're going to give the same information. We are going to offer you a link whereby you can also get this information and learn exactly what is required of you to make these application. The applications are running from the 5th of October up to until November 8th, 2022, and this is for Diversity Immigrant Visas 2024. So applicants who are selected in the program or simply selectees must simply meet some strict eligibility requirements to qualify for a DV program. The Department of State determines selectees through a random computer drawing, and the department will distribute those visas among 6 geographic regions across the continent, and no single country may receive more than 7% of the available DV visas in any one year. Some of the countries which are not eligible are listed from the website, and mostly will include Bangladesh. The list is long. India, there's Jamaica, Nigeria, there's UK, except Northern Ireland. Natives of Macau and Taiwan are eligible. For you to be eligible, we are going to give you the eligibility requirements. Number one, as we've said, these are natives of countries with historically low rates of immigration to the United States. If a native of a country with historically low rates of immigration to the United States, there are 2 other ways you can also qualify. Number one, each DV applicant must meet the education and work experience requirements of the DV program by having either, number one, have a high school education or its equivalent, which is defined as a successful completion of a 12-year course or formal elementary and secondary education, or 2 years work experience within the past 5 years in occupation or work that requires at least 2 years of training or experience to perform. Now, the Department of State will use the U.S. Department of Labor. There is a website for that on the link that you're going to give you, so at least you're able to get these information. Now, what is the entry period? I have said applicants must submit entries for the DV 2024 program electronically from this website, that is dvprogram.state.gov, between 12 p.m. noon Eastern Daylight Time EDT, Wednesday, October 5th, and noon Eastern Time EST of Tuesday, November 8th, 2022. You will realize that people normally rush during the last dates or the last period, and according to the website, you are required to make your registrations early so that you beat the period, where heavy demand may result delays. When you try and make your applications very late, you realize that you might get a slag on website delays. So no late entries or paper entries will be accepted. The law allows only 1 entry per person during each entry. Submission of more than 1 entry for a person will disqualify all entries for that particular application or for that particular person. As we continue, you realize the DV 2023, not the one we are talking about, people or most people are required to make applications whereby we must have had a passport. But for this particular year, DV 2024 program, you are generally not required to have a passport. So how do you complete your electronic entry for the DV 2024 program? You must submit the electronic diversity visa entry form or DS 5501 online at dvprogram.state.gov. They do not accept incomplete entries or entries sent by any other means, and there's no cost to submit the online entry form. You're supposed to use an updated browser when submitting applications like Google Chrome, or Internet Explorer, the new version. Now, the department strongly encourages you to do the entry yourself without a visa consultant or a visa agent or any other person who offers to help. This is because someone might help you and mess on the questions which are required, which you really know yourself, because some of the details you definitely know yourself. So if someone helps you, you should be present when your entry is prepared so that you can provide the correct answers to the questions and keep your unique confirmation number and print out your confirmation screen. You realize you have unscrupulous visa facilitators who has keen interest to assist in entrants with their entries, keep the confirmation page printout, and demand more money in exchange for the confirmation number. Without this information, you'll not be able to access the online system that informs you of your entry status. After you submit your entry, you'll see a confirmation screen containing your name, a unique confirmation number, and you must print this confirmation screen for your record. Starting the month of May 6, 2023, you'll be able to check the status of your entry by returning to the website dvprogram.state.gov. As we move on, there are eligibility or instructions regarding what you must provide to complete your entry, and failure to include all the appropriate information required will make you ineligible for the DV visa. So as the list go on, this is information that you'll be able to get from the link that we are going to share with you. There's information regarding name, gender, birth date, city where you are born, country where you are born, and country of eligibility for the DV program if your country is eligible. There are also instructions regarding entrant photographs which must be taken within the last 6 months for yourself, if our spouse, your derivative children, including in your entry. There are also instructions regarding how you can submit a digital photograph. These photographs must meet the same standard as a U.S. visa photos. Now, as we continue, we understand that every time that you make these applications, the Department of States will never send you an email telling you that you have been selected for the lottery. So what must you do? You must go back to the website and also check on on whether you've actually managed to win or be selected for that program. Married children and children who are already 21 years or older when you submit your entry are not eligible for the DV program. However, the Children Status Protection Act provides or protects children from aging out in certain circumstances. If you submit your DV entry before your unmarried child turns 21 and the child turns 21 before issuance, it's possible that he or she may be treated as though he is or she were under 21 for visa processing purposes. Now, how are the entries selected? Now, based on the allocations of available visas in each region and country, the Department of State will randomly select individuals by computer from among qualified entries. All DV 2024 entrants must go to the entrance status check using the unique confirmation number saved from their DV 2024 online entry registration to find out whether their entry has been selected in the DV program. These will be available on the eDV website at dvprogram.state.gov from May 6, 2023 through September 30th, 2024. If your entry is selected, you'll be directed to a confirmation page providing further information, including information about fees connected with immigration to the United States. The U.S. embassies and consulates will not provide a list of selectees. Individuals who have not been selected also only will be notified through entrance status check. You're strongly encouraged to access entrance status checks yourself. Do not rely on someone else to check and inform you. In order to meet immigrant DV selectees must be admissible to the United States. The DS 260, that is the online immigrant visa, an alien registration application must be done electronically, and the consular officer in charge will ask you questions about your eligibility to immigrate under U.S. law. These questions include criminal and security-related topics. All selectees, including family members, must be issued visas by September 30th, 2024. There no under other circumstances can the Department of State issue DVs or DV visas. Can USCIS approve adjustments after this date? Nor can family members obtain DVs to join the principal applicant in the United States after this date. As you follow from the instructions given, there are other instructions regarding how to submit a digital photograph. So when you get this link, you encourage also to follow and make sure that you understand how best to capture photos and submit a digital photo. The photo dimensions are normally 600 by 600 pixels. You realize that it is sometimes very hard to take photos of babies or toddler. So what are you required to do? When taking a photo of your baby or toddler, no other person should be in the photo, and your child should be looking at the camera with his or her eyes open. There is instructions regarding on what exactly the baby should be wearing, all the posture and everything else there. Now moving on to the next item, or probably the last thing, will be the selection. How do I know whether, or how do you know that you've been selected? You must use the confirmation number to access the entrance status check available on eDV website. The Department of State will not contact you to tell you that you have been selected. For those who are not selected, you must use the entrance status check to learn whether you are selected. You must check the status of your DV 2024 entry through the entrance status checks on eDV website from May 6, 2023. What information would I receive from the Department of State by email or by postal mail? The instructions from the state government is or the Department of State is that it will not send you a notification letter. The U.S. government has never or will never email to notify individuals that they've been selected, and there are no plans to use email for this purpose for the DV 2024. If you're a selectee, you only receive email communications regarding your visa appointments after you have responded to the notifications on entrance status check. If an immigrant visa interview becomes available, these emails will not contain information on the actual appointment date until we simply tell you to go to the entrance status check website for details. Now, only internet sites that end with .gov domain suffix are official US government website. Many other websites with .com, .org, .net provide information regarding immigration and visa-related information services. But the Department of State does not endorse or recommend or sponsor any of this information. Warning, you may receive email from websites trying to trick you into sending money or providing your personal information. You may be asked to pay for forms and information about immigration procedures, all of which are available for free on the Department of State website or through the U.S. Embassy or Consulate website. Realize that these organizations may try to steal your money by charging fees for DV-related services. If you send money to one of these non-government organizations or websites, you will likely never see it again. Do not send personal information to these websites as it may be used for identity fraud and theft. In conclusion, when you go to this link or this website, you'll be able to see the list of countries or areas that are eligible for the 2024 DV. The website normally will list countries, qualified countries from Africa, starting Algeria, or down Kenya. There's Rwanda, Zimbabwe. Move on to Asia. There's Afghanistan, Bahrain, or down to Yemen. Europe, there's Albania, and various countries there. So you need to go to this website, to this link, to understand whether you are eligible to make an application for DV 2024. So with this, Jao Travel Media wishes you all the best when you're trying to make application for these particular years DV 2024, and we welcome you to also give some big feedback on our videos on this particular information. Thank you very much. See you in the next one.